Welcome to Learn Instrumentation Engineering. In this YouTube channel, you are learning a lot of basic concepts of process measurement devices and its applications, control systems, and latest updates which is happening in and around industrial instrumentation and automation globally. So, if you are a budding student or even a budding engineer or an expertise in the field of instrumentation engineering, you should subscribe to our channel to gain more knowledge and value addition. So in this video we are going to discuss or explain about flow characteristics. So already we have uploaded a video on the control valve bodies and how does the CV works and how to select the control flow coefficient. So please watch that video and I'll be pasting the link in the description, and then please come to this video to have a better understanding. So we are going to discuss about control valve flow characteristics. So what is basically control valve flow characteristics? It is just the relationship between the control valve travel and the control valve flow coefficient. That is, it's a relationship between CV flow coefficient and the valve stroke length. So how does a control valve coefficient is controlled with respect to the valve travel? And this is what the flow characteristics. So why do we need the flow characteristics? What is the main purpose? The main purpose is to provide maximum loop stability over a process control. For example, you have an vessel and there is a pressure transmitter that continuously monitor the pressure, and we do have a control valve, and this pressure is being controlled by this control valve that we call as PCV. So there is a vessel available and there is a pressure control valve is also available to maintain the pressure inside the vessel. So if there is any process upset inside the vessel, the pressure gets fluctuated. So what does this PCV do? The PCV just throttle the process flow in such a way that it tries to maintain the pressure in the vessel. So how it gets established? It gets established by understanding the flow characteristic. So that is where we need to understand what does the flow characteristic has to do with the control valve flow coefficient and the valve stroke length. So I will illustrate with a very good example. So get to the slide. So you can see over here, this is the graph which represents the valve travel from 0 to 100% in the x-axis, and 0 to 100% of rate flow coefficient in the y-axis. And this is a basic ideal graph of a quick opening linear and equal percentage graph. So you would have studied in your engineering, and this is basically an ideal graph. Okay, so let us see how does a quick opening flow characteristics work with respect to the CV and the valve travel. So you could see over here, this is basically the same graph, and at 60% of valve travel, see, we are just discussing about the quick opening only. At 60% of valve travel, the quick opening flow characteristics achieved 90% of CV. Could you see here? Yeah. So this is the basic flow characteristics of a quick opening flow characteristics. So when there is a 60% of valve travel, the CV has reached its maximum capacity, 90%, and at the same time you should have to understand that when the valve travel from 60 to 100%, that is either from the remaining 40% valve travel had only 10% of CV. So basically quick opening valve is basically used to have high valve gain with low valve travel. So this is the main purpose of a quick opening flow characteristics. So where do we use this? The main application we do use here is the on-off services. So if you are having a process services which requires just open and close, and quick opening would be the best requirement to serve this purpose. And sometimes if there is any emergency relief services, it may be a P or V, or if there is any other valve services that is going to do some emergency relief in a vessel, and they prefer the quick opening flow characteristic type. So this is how the quick opening works. And next we are going to discuss about the linear. So it is self-explanatory. Again, we are having the same graph. You could see over here, when the wall travel is increases, the CV also increases, and that is very linear. So the wall gain is constant over the wall travel. This is just an ideal graph, but we may have some differences in this graph. This is just an ideal graph for better understanding, right? And where do we use this linear flow characteristics wall? See, when that's a pressure drop remains constant, so there will be some surfaces where the pressure drop should be always same. So you could use this linear flow characteristic control valve over there, because it is always going to remain with same pressure drop, so there will not be much process upset. So linear flow characteristic control valve would be the best adequate flow characteristic that can be used over there. And finally we are going to see about the equal percentage. Again, we are seeing the same example of a flow chart. You can see over here at 50% of wall travel. So at the 50% of wall travel, it just got 15% of CV. And at the same time, after 50%, the CV drastically getting increased. You can see from this graph, right? So basically equal increment of wall travel provides equal percentage of changes in CV. So 0 to 100% wall travel just produce 15% of rated CV only. That's very small range. At the same time, when the wall travel goes beyond 50%, the wall travel provides very large range of the CV. So the equal percentage of wall travel has low wall gain with low wall travel, and high wall gain with high wall travel. So this is how the equal percentage wall flow characteristic is available, and how it is getting established. How to establish the flow characteristics? It is being established by using the flow characteristic plugs. So you could see in this slide we have three different types of plugs, and you could see very clearly that the quick opening wall plug is different, and linear wall plug is different, and at the same time equal percentage wall plug is different. So this is a different wall plug which has to be used for different flow characteristics. So hope you got a very good understanding regarding the flow characteristic of control valve. And if this video was very useful to you, just hit the like button and share to instrument community. And if you want to watch such instrumentation and control system videos, do subscribe to our channel Learn Instrumentation Engineering. Thank you.